So actually, one of the reasons we decided to play Hivemind is because in 1.8 there will be a bunch of changes and improvements coming to Hiveminds, including rewritten events, change things to be less like immersion breaking, more flavor, and this is a work in progress.
And with those words, Wiz basically goes into this broadcast and talking about how Hiveminds are going to be changing in the near future. Now, to what extent can we expect Hiveminds to be changed? And there's a bunch of very strong clues that we're going into the general direction of technological Hiveminds, but also seeing things like Fallen Empire Hiveminds. And I will lay it out later on in this video on what I base all of these things. So in this broadcast from last week, we saw a whole bunch of changes coming up on towards Hiveminds. So what kind of changes were there? Well, first of all, it looks like there is going to be differences in audio when it comes to the game, and they sound a little bit like this. The VO is different, very different.
Will diminish.
We have found an anomaly.
Yes, expansion ladder. Thing.
Our research is complete. We have surveyed the system.
Oh, yes. As you can definitely tell, there was no specific reason I
We have surveyed the system.
wanted the sound. There's definitely not anything like a new voice or anything along those lines.
So yeah, Hiveminds are going to have new VO added to them, most likely for those people that are playing with Utopia, as Hiveminds are obviously only available through that particular version of the game. So yeah, for those that have Utopia, it looks like you're going to have a little bit extra on top of that in 1.8. So yeah, it does look like that we're going to be seeing new items as well to be added to Hiveminds, as they will have unique traditions added to them. They will have certain traditions removed and new ones added. Specifically, the corporate colony vessel will be removed and something new will be thrown in there.
If you open on Prosperity, you see some missing icons, hot code making its return. One of the other things we're working on for 1.8 is a system whereby you can dynamically swap out traditions based on what you're playing.
Brilliant.
So that previously, that one, the sealed growth pods, would be something called private colony ships, which makes not a lot of sense for Hivemind because exactly which private corporation in the Hivemind is sponsoring the colony ships.
So all of this in combination with a new icon that popped up during the species creation cycle of the game, as well as, well, the following tweet, which popped up earlier today with Martin basically showing what looks like to be a Fallen Empire synthetic called the Ancient Caretaker Custodian Matrix popping up. Very fascinating stuff, and this in combination with the Death Diary that we talked about a couple of weeks ago, which was the contingency, looks like that ASpec, which basically, was responsible for the term robots, is going to be a major expansion based around synthetics and robotics. And Hiveminds looks like are going to be included in there. So massive gestahlt consciousness, potentially the Borg in there as well. Very exciting stuff. And on top of that, looking at this image, it looks like these custodians, these ancient caretakers, will be spawning on a ring world as well. Exciting times. It looks like we're going to have an expansion on top of the game, which is most likely going to be free, 1.8 that is, and maybe an expansion being announced in parallel with that as well, although I'm expecting that to be for either 1.9 or 2.0, depending on how it goes. Hope you're excited for this, because I definitely are. I've been wanting to see more robotic stuff since the start of the game, and a robotic Hivemind, of course, makes perfect sense within the context of the game. What are your thoughts about this? I'd like to see them below. Are we going to see more stuff? Do you want to see more stuff in terms of synthetics and robotics? I'm very, very curious to see your opinion on this matter. In the meantime, if you like this video, feel free to give it a like and or subscribe. Of course, if you're like, hey man, robots, they suck. Now, of course, you cannot pronounce things for shit. Well, the dislike button is there as well. This was a update on what is coming up in 1.8 ASpec. Until next time, take good care of yourselves and each other.